Okay, so here's what's going to be happening with digital citizenship today. How many of you know the idea of feelings on display? Do you know what that means?
Yes.
What do you think it means? Sonia, what do you think it means?
Sonia.
When you put yourself out there and like what you're feeling, like if you tweet like I'm happy or something.
Absolutely, what you tweet, what you put yourself out there on a status, the little selfies you take where you're upset and you post on Instagram and you want so many likes and you want people to give you love and everything. That's something we need to talk about, because what you do is you put your emotions out there and it makes you a target in some ways. But before we get to that, what I like to do, I like to play a game. So I'm going to need 2 volunteers. Come up right here real quick, then, and then come over here. Yeah. What's your name, sweetie? Shannon and Matt, come on up. Can you sit in this picture? All right. So, Shannon and Maddie. Okay. So I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 372. Maddie, what's the number? It was actually 18, so you're the closest, so you're going to go first. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to play Jeopardy. This is the same way how I actually play with this with my students and everything when we get ready for a big exam. So, the categories are social media lingo, CEOs, and things I need to know about cyberbullying. Maddie, go ahead. Which one do you want to choose first? You're going to be team 2, you're going to be team 1, okay? Because it's on my side. Things you need to know about cyberbullying for 200. 16 to blank years old who uses social media spends almost 1.5 hours on its pure day. Possible answer is 24, 26, or 30 years old. Correct response? What is 24? It's okay. You're only negative 200. Shannon. Social media lingo for 200. A hashtag that has become a popular across a certain region or country that will be highlighted often on the left or right side of a person's feed. What do you think this is called? This social media lingo. What is it? Correct response. What is trending? Let's try and get you out of the negative 200 back to 0, Maddie. Social media lingo for 100. Indicated by this symbol, it is a way to be involved in a conversation or help in searching a topic or term which is or originated on the Twitter social platform. Indicated by this symbol, it is a way to be involved with a conversation or searching a topic. Our responses was the @ signal. Correct response? What is a hashtag? Shannon. Social media lingo for 300. The news feed or feed of information that is given to a person in real time to display news and updates from other users that the person follows on a variety of social media platforms. Our answer is, what is a timeline? Correct response? What is a feed? But social media lingo. Maddie. CEOs for 100. An American computer programmer, internet entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. He is the chairman, chief executive officer, and co-founder of social network website Facebook. It is a person. You actually need the person to run a company. What is his name? They only made a movie about him back in 2011. It is not the one with Ashton Kutcher, no. You want to take a chance? What's your name, hon? Trisha? Correct response. Who is Mark Zuckerberg? Yes! Congratulations, you're only negative get 200 now. Shannon, go ahead. Things I need to know about cyberbullying for 100. 45% of young people experience this before the age of blank. Possible answer, 16, 18. So, 45% of young people experience cyberbullying before the age of 16, 18, or 19.
16.
Correct response? What is your 16? Correct response? What is 18? Congratulations, you're both even with a negative 200 now. Things you need to know about cyberbullying for 300. 3 in 5 young people say that bullying has a direct impact on their schoolwork, and straight A students have told us it makes them want to leave this place. What is the place? Correct response? What is school? Shannon. Social media lingos for 400. A topic or post that has organically been shared across a wide network of users that often is picked up for stories on news stations as well.
What is the news?
A topic or post that has organically been shared across a wide network. Anybody want to help her out on this side? A meme? Correct response? What is viral? Social media lingo for 500. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook phenomenon that often refers to sharing a photo that recalls something from the past. For example, over Halloween, there were many photos of people posting pictures from costumes they used in prior years. Correct response?
What is it?
What is throwback? Yeah. Things I need to know about cyberbullying for 400. People who have been bullied are at greater risk of health problems in this. Over 6 times more likely to be diagnosed with serious illness, smoke regularly, or develop a psychiatric disorder compared to those not involved in bullying. Possible answers? They could go through it during their teen years or adulthood. Correct response, she said adulthood. Correct response is adulthood. Okay. CEOs for 200. Susan Wojcicki is an American technology executive. She is the current CEO of a video social media platform. Her answer is, what is YouTube? Correct response? What is YouTube? 300. Kevin Systrom is an American entrepreneur and programmer, best known as the co-founder and CEO of an online mobile media platform. Her response? What is Twitter? Correct response? What is Instagram? 500. Double Jeopardy. Thomas Anderson is the American co-founder of the social network website, which he founded in 2003 with Kristen Wolf. He was later president of the company and a strategic advisor for the company until he left in 2009. What is the social media platform's name? Correct response was MySpace? What is MySpace? Obviously, this is the last one. CEOs for 400. Jeff Weiner is an American businessman. He is the chief executive officer of a business-related social networking website.
What is Pinterest? What is Pinterest?
Her answer was
What is my
LinkedIn. Correct response.
Oh, Tumblr.
What is LinkedIn? Okay, thank you. Maddie, thank you. Shannon, thank you. Good job, ladies. Okay, so you do know a lot of stuff about social media. You do know a lot of stuff about the lingo, the CEOs, the Fortune 500 companies, and everything, what everything entails. What you also need to know is that with all these accolades, there are ramifications based on social media. There is an issue that I did have to come across. And I spoke to my class about it the other day. Actually, no, not the other day, just about an hour and a half ago, the juniors. I understand that teenagers will be teenagers. I was once a teenager, believe it or not. I know I look extremely good, but that's just the confidence in me. However, social media has progressed over the last 15 years. In my day, it was instant messaging. AOL, we had a dial-up. MySpace was big. At my high school, which you all know, I went to the all-boys high school of our school, you were not allowed to wear Dickies anymore because they were quote-unquote gang-related attire. Now, Dickie pants are extremely expensive. My mom was not going to go buy another $100 pairs of Dickie pants when she bought 5. So, thank God I was taking anatomy that year. I had an X-Acto knife and I just cut all the Dickie labels off. They said, Burke, are you wearing Dickies? I said, no, these are Rickies. And they bought it. I never went to class. I don't know how I graduated, but they gave me a diploma too. Ricky's help. Now, but it has evolved. Years ago, when I was in high school, districts and private schools had to send out letters about MySpace. Now there's a potential cyberbullying aspect of this. Back in my day, when you did MySpace, you wanted to post a message or an announcement, you had to have a news feed, and then you would see people like your top 8 and everything. Ooh, and if you didn't have your friends that were on your actual top 8 profile, or you bumped them down, you weren't friends anymore. And you could also hide yourself from not being online when your other friends were online. And then it involves Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vine, LinkedIn. LinkedIn was more of a professional database for you to actually get jobs. Many college students get that now for internships. I suggest as when you become seniors, you start to create a LinkedIn account because it will give you that professional development to actually go forward to the degrees that you want to get, the internships, so on and so forth. Don't worry, I'll talk about that with all of you next year, juniors, when I become your counselor and your moderator, so fine. Now, here's one of the biggest things, something has not changed though in the last 10, 15 years that I've seen of social media. My master's was geared on educational technology and media leadership. And I did a 2-year study on cyberbullying based on social media, adolescents, teens, and adulthood. The statistics and facts of cyberbullying and suicide are very high. What's so dangerous is something that we can't convey because we can't understand it. But it's very, very profound. It has a very huge impact on people. A very huge impact on people. The other thing is we don't take into account what we do quote on social media. We get upset. How many of you prefer to text people over actually calling them? Let me ask you another question. How many of you get annoyed? Oh, no, I can feel like there's a huge reaction coming right now. How many of you get annoyed when you send a long text message and then someone just replies, K? For those of you who are not raising your hands, you know you're the person that writes K. You know that, right? I'm like that too. A teacher or another counselor will send me a very long email, and I won't say K, I'll put OK. But I'll spell it out. Hardy emoji, smiley face emoji. Thumbs up too. But the other thing is, what you have to understand is that your social media platform, whether you have Instagram, Twitter, if you still use Facebook, but if you use Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you can use that as an online diary to where people could see your feed. Most of the time what you do is something you may not want other people to see. Now, I'm aware of this mannequin challenge. I don't want any comments. I saw it over the weekend. I thought it was funny. But then I saw some disturbing images. And I had to talk to a class about it. The more ammunition you give people, the more fuel you give people, the more they have the ability to attack you interpersonally and through social media. You can't give them a reason to talk bad about you. But if you do, that's putting your feelings, your lifestyle on display. And then you're subjected to a different category. Your character gets questioned. It's very hard in teenage years to start thinking about your character. Very, very concerned about teenagers who don't know their identity yet based on their character development. And then all they need to do is post a picture of themselves. You can get 372 likes. People can like this out of the 1,000 people that follow you. The sad thing is, it only needs one person to break you down based on a comment. You know it's true. You've seen people do that, and you don't want people to do that. I want to show you this little video. We're going to have a little discussion about this after.
We're worrying about our image all the time, like at school too. Like, we always want to look good.
I think girls care about their image more than guys do. Like, guys are all about being cool. Being cool for girls comes in their image more than it comes to for guys.
If a girl posts a sexy picture, guys are gonna look at it. It's inevitable.
I have a guy friend, and he will never post a picture of himself. If he does it, it'll have a pimple on his face.
I definitely think that they care, but they don't want to make it seem like they do.
I won't put up a photo of me like being stupid, but like I'll put up a photo if I think it's funny. And I don't know if a girl would do that.
They're trying to prove something to both people, like I look good in this picture, or I have a lot of friends or stuff like that.
No matter if you're a girl or a guy, you're gonna get judged, and you're gonna judge other people. I feel like you think that people will judge you more than they actually do.
I think online is an easy way for people to judge other people because you have the safety net of being in front of the screen, you're not face to face.
I would think like public judge other people, maybe behind the back most of the time, I would say. But usually when you're posting something online, you'll say something probably like nice, but you might not even mean it.
Also, I think judging happens more with women. Like as a guy, the person to say, I don't really let go of everyone's profile and say, oh, they're duck facing, ew. Like, that's not what I personally do.
I think it's the shirtless guy photos where it's like the mirror pics where it's like you know, and then you all go, oh my god, like whatever, and he's like in the towel with the shirt off, and he's in the mirror like selfie, and then you know, then you get the comments about like what he's doing and what he looks like and why he's doing it, and you get the back and forth of like, you know, whatever it is. It's like I think those are the ones that get the most stuff. But
I like that it's tension because sometimes in the description, like, oh my god, I'm ugly. I feel like you're trying to get fishing for compliments.
Here's an example. I wore this humongous afro, and I thought I looked horrible. And then I took a picture, and I posted it on Facebook, and I got so much feedback. I was like, I think I look horrible in this picture. Thank you so much. I should look great better. I was like, really? Thank you. So it was in my comments like, maybe I should start rocking that more often.
there's absolutely double standard in every aspect of life, boys and girls, but online, absolutely.
Guys wouldn't say certain things if girls did say them first, because like a girl saying it kind of like opens the door, like, okay, well this is out there, so now I can start talking about it. But like
my personal feeling, if girls weren't so mean to each other, guys wouldn't be mean to girls as much.
Some guys try to play the macho guy role, you know, without necessarily like posting pictures of themselves, like flexing their muscles or something, but at the same time, like trying to act really cool. It's much more subtle, but it's still there.
I wish everyone could not really care so much about what everyone else is doing. Like, it's